A few days ago, the National Meteorological Administration issued a major geomagnetic storm warning. The Earth's magnetic field was disturbed. Many felt its effects. Some felt weak, wanted rest, some were hungry, thirsty, some felt down, didn't want to work, others had a surge of hormones and wanted to take off. But in reality, the effects of geomagnetic storms on us humans are minor issues. It's actually electronic devices that are more seriously affected. For example, some people noticed that their games started lagging, or that they couldn't access some of their favorite fun websites. Then there were issues with mobile phone signal quality, and some even reported crossed lines during calls like calling their girlfriend and having a man answer instead. It seems the impact of this major geomagnetic storm really isn't small at all. At this point, some people might say, "They're wrong. The geomagnetic storm happened days ago. Are you only now jumping on the trending topic? Did my procrastination get worse because of the geomagnetic storm? So it got delayed today." A so-called geomagnetic storm happens when the sun occasionally acts up and ejects streams of high-energy charged particles, which hit Earth's magnetic field and cause disturbances. It's a normal astronomical phenomenon. But as everyone knows, whenever you put the word major in front of any term, it means it's an upgraded version like Archmage, Grand Memory Restoration, or Great Spirit Channeling. This time, the major geomagnetic storm happened because the sun happened to eject coronal mass directly toward Earth, and it was very intense, like the sun sneezing hard right in Earth's face. From this, you can see that while the sun provides us with light and warmth, one is enough anymore would be unbearable. A counterexample would be those races that dehydrate easily imagine a planet being served by 3 suns. How could that possibly be a blessing? We all know that Earth's magnetic field protects living things from the solar windage like a special perk in Earth's online version. Without the geomagnetic field, this game would have to shut down. Although our Earth now appears full of vitality, teeming with life, in its earliest version it was just a scorching, searing ball of magma. The magma surged like a maniac. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be like Wu Zetian losing her husband completely out of control. Later, as the Earth updated to new versions, its surface gradually cooled and formed a crust. That's when some early single-celled organisms appeared. For example, this peculiar little thing called cyanobacteriaceae have existed since the earliest online version of Earth and have survived all the way to today. In the brand new version of Earth Online, the oxygen concentration was lowered, dinosaurs were deleted, the size of the insect race was reduced, mammals were appropriately buffed, and a new skill tree focused on intelligence was added to the terrifying plant group. That's how we were able to develop and thrive. However, even though the version has been updated to the point where the surface has cooled down, the Earth's inner core still maintains a scorching temperature of 60 degrees. 60 degrees so hot, it recalls Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. That day, the weather shifted from clear to cloudy to mushroom cloud, and temperatures ranged from 15 to 6,000 degrees. The extremely hot, constantly moving Earth core generates electric currents, which create the magnetic field. If the inner core cooled, the geomagnetic field would vanish. Without its deflection, it wouldn't matter if you're tall, short, beautiful, ugly, fat, or thin. You'd all be hit by high-energy charged particles and return to the carbon cycle. At that point, everyone would have their own forbidden city inside. Also, the solar wind would gradually blow away the atmosphere. Without it, Earth couldn't keep its water and would eventually end up like Mars. Turning into Mars just. Imagine what a psychological blow that would be for a 4.6 billion-year-old child. A long time ago, there was an American movie called The Core, which was about the Earth's inner core cooling and solidifying, causing the geomagnetic field to weaken. The protagonist piloted a drilling vessel all the way to the core and then dropped a few nuclear bombs inside, hoping that the explosions would get the core moving again. The plot up to that point was pretty good, but the final solution was complete nonsense. If you try to do this, there would be 2 main problems. First, humans can't reach the Earth's core. And second, well, humans can't reach the Earth's core. As we've discussed on WeChat, drilling through the Earth seems hard, but it's not just hard, it's nearly impossible. The Earth's radius is over 60 kilometers, and the deeper you drill, the higher the pressure and temperature. So far, the deepest hole ever drilled is less than 13 kilometers. If we shrank the Earth to a globe, that hole would be only about 0.1 millimeters deep, so physically, we can only scratch the surface. Even detonating a nuclear bomb wouldn't restart Earth's core. This movie came out in 2003, when people often overestimated nuclear weapons' power. If one bomb isn't enough, maybe throwing in 10 could get a core moving, right? That's just being overly imaginative. It's like when I often think to myself, my monthly salary is 3,000 now, but if it could increase tenfold to 30,000 a month, then I should be able to live in the same neighborhood as Jack Ma, right? In our previous episode about terraforming Mars, we mentioned a project so risky that even one duo you wouldn't dare to invest in it. Maybe it could work if Earth's magnetic field disappear. Simply put, it involves placing artificial magnetic pole satellites at the Lagrange point between the Sun and the Earth so that the Earth would always be within the magnetic protection zone behind these satellites. So, is there any consortium willing to invest in this plan? If so, I'll come up with a more detailed proposal. However, in reality, the cooling of the Earth's core is an extremely slow process, so slow that it might take several billion years to cool completely, so there's really no need to worry. Besides, we might not even make it to that day, because the Earth could be gone before then. As we've mentioned before, in about 5 billion years, the Sun will evolve into a red giant, gradually expanding and eventually engulfing the Earth. If by then, humanity hasn't managed to relocate to another planet, we'll just have to wander through space with the Earth. There are only 5 billion years left, not much time at all.